What is one of the best performing stocks that is in the AI, artificial intelligence space this year? Can we see more upside? Well, this stock is none other than Nvidia, stock code NVDA. That pretty much is the leader in the entire AI space, providing the chips, the GPU that many of those companies like Meta platform, like Microsoft, like Alphabet, like Amazon, they need these chips and they are kind of like customers of Nvidia. And there's so much demand that Nvidia is struggling to keep up the demand, and yes, to choose who to supply its chips to. So can we see more upside in Nvidia, all right, as we head further into 2024. Hey guys, Joey here, top tier MyZeal trader in Philip Securities, and in this video, I'll be diving into the chart of this company called Nvidia, pretty much the leader in the entire AI space. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. I'll kind of like share with you what has happened over the past few months, where are we right now, what are some of the targets that has been revised higher, and maybe some new support levels that have came out over the past few weeks, all right, and if we can stay above it, what are some of the candlestick that we are looking near this support level that looks pretty good, all right. And also we'll dive into this system that I have, all right. I have this system, a web-based software called One GT, One Good Trend, whereby it alerts us to counters like this. And for Nvidia, we actually had a couple of bullish signals coming out over the past couple of months. So let's see where it takes us, if there are any new bullish signals coming out. So let's dive into the chart of Nvidia NVDA right now. Okay, so here is Nvidia at about $889. You can see right over here. So before I talk about where we are, let me just run through what has happened for Nvidia, right? For those of you who have not been following me, I've covered this stock since last year. In fact, just last year, somewhere around like August and October, right over here, we were actually consolidating right over here. It was pretty boring, and it was actually trading from about that $400 support level. So that's a support level that we have drawn all the way to around that $500. So it was like moving up and down, all right, in the $400 to $500 range since like May last year. Look at this right here, swing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right over here. And it was just moving like sideways for about 6 to 7 months, right? And when it was just above that $400, we actually covered it as well, and we mentioned that there could be a rebound as well near that 400 if we were to spot some pretty bullish candlestick. So each time it approaches the 400, we got some bullish candlestick bars coming out, and it just started to rebound. So right over here, we got a kind of like a hammer pattern, right? Pretty bullish, just shows buyers coming out at the day end and pushing prices above the 400s. We start to see a bit of a rebound, and finally, all right, the $500 psychological resistance level has given way as we began 2024. So on the 8th of Jan, right over here, all right, that's where I've alerted my mentees and my students as well. We have breached the $500 level, and you see we started to just shoot all the way up. So we have hit our targets at about $800, $700. Targets has been revised, all right, and where are we right now? So you can see that as we were consolidating from the 400 to 500 last year, the trend was pretty much up, right? Just by looking at what we call the 100 days moving average, the red line, and the blue line is the 200 days moving average. Both of these two lines were pointing up. In fact, they have been pointing up since the beginning of 2023. February, March, right? We broke the $200 level, and we have pretty much turned into an uptrend since like February last year. Not even in August, right? Not even when we were consolidating. In fact, even before that, 4 to 5 months before that, right over here in February, we have turned into an uptrend, and it started to push up and consolidated. And of course, we broke the 500 and it started to push higher. So right now, the trend is still pretty much up for now, all right. Of course, we have pushed up much higher, but the longer term trend remains up. And in terms of the short term trend, you can see that we want to look at what we call the 20 days moving average. So this 20 days moving average is what we call the green line. It's a short-term moving average that tracks or trails prices quite closely, because it's kind of like a short-term average, all right. And you can see that it was pretty much like flat, up, flat, a little bit up, flat, and only when we broke the 500, you can see the 20 days moving average started to point all the way up, right up to where we are right now. All right, so all the way up from like January all the way to March, for like what 2 to 3 months, it was just pushing higher and higher, and this 20 days moving average line was just pointing up. But right now, you can see that we are seeing this 20 days moving average line. Can you see right over here, this 20 days moving average line, the short-term moving average, is starting to flatten out, right? Does it make sense, right? It's starting to flatten out. It's not really like, pointing up as strongly as it was in January and Feb. Look at this right over here. Now it is starting to flatten out, which means that in the short term, we are seeing a little bit of a consolidation, a bit of a sideways movement. Nothing wrong. I mean, it just shows that there's some selling pressure coming back. There's some resistance level whereby, sellers are coming out to take some profit, and we are just moving up and down for the past like 2-3 weeks, which is fine as well. I mean, it's just good to also consolidate, to take a breather for a while, maybe a month or two before attempting to push higher. Again, that would be a healthier uptrend rather than just pushing high and high and high. All right, then you want to be careful, right? So it is kind of like consolidating in the short term, whereby we may have found a resistance level. So what is the resistance level? Well, I would say that the resistance level would be around the $1,000. That would be a psychological resistance level. In fact, we hit it there about 2-3 weeks back around the 974, 975. Sellers came back last week, same thing, we hit it to around 970 plus, right? Sellers came back and we sold off. So $1,000 to $950 would be the zone whereby sellers are starting to come back. So if you have got in on Nvidia, right, below 500, or maybe when it broke 500 and you have rolled up, I think it's good to lock in some profits near the 1,000, whether it's at 950 or 970 or 960, it doesn't matter. I think that's where profit taking is happening. You cannot be greedy as well. You can lock in some profits, maybe wait for a bit of a pullback and time your entry to get in, as long as the trend is still up and as long as the support level is still holding, right? So what is the support level right now? Well, the support level was $500 because we have broken that level at 500, all right? Support resistance turned to a support level, but you can see that support level has kind of like been raised, as it was like went to about $600 whereby we were holding. So that would be like a green line. That would be another green line. So support was about 600. Same thing, went up again 700, 750, and the support has gone higher and higher as we push higher, right? So right now, I would say that we have found some support over the past like 1 month since March, somewhere over here. Let me just draw it for you. I think that would be the near-term support level around that $850. Maybe you can give a little bit of leeway. All right, 840, you can see right over here, right? 840 to about 850 right over here. A couple of bullish candlestick coming out whereby it's sold off at the morning. All right, buyers came back and pushed prices all the way back up. So we are seeing candles around the 840 to 850 whereby there's what we call long lower shadows, or what we call like lower wicks. All right, this black line at the bottom, it just shows that buyers are coming back up to push prices all the way up around that 840 to 850 level. So if I can draw this, what we call area of value, you'll be right over here. Anything like 840, 850, maybe even 860 right over here. That is potentially where some bargain hunting can come back again. And if you want to think about getting in, right, if you do hit to those levels again and you see some bullish reversal candles coming out, well, that could be a sign of a reversal back again all the way up towards the 1,000 level. That's where, as I mentioned, some selling can come back. And that would be like about a 16 to 17% gain. You can see right over here if you were to ride this range. And hopefully, of course, the 1,000 were to give way again, like how the $500 give way. We may see more upside. Targets can be revised even higher, maybe to 1,001, 1,002, right? So that is Nvidia right now. It still looks good, I would say, in terms of the longer term uptrend, but in the short term, it's fine that we are seeing a bit of a consolidation, right? It gives you an opportunity to get out, maybe take some profit as well, get in on dips again, and let's wait for the 1,000 to break, and that's where more upside can still happen. So Nvidia is actually one of the top 30 over stocks that we have in this premium service called the monthly edge. So if you want to have like stocks like Nvidia, or like high growth stocks that has the potential to push up by more than 50%, 100% in the next couple of years, right? You can check out this service called the monthly edge. I'll just place the link below this video, all right? And for this premium service right over here, this is where you will be led to, all right? And you can see that pretty much you get to have like 2 new US stocks every single month in a live call, all right? And you have access to this like secret Google sheet as well, whereby we have like more than 30 over stocks. You get access to like all the potential entry levels and resistance levels. All the details are right on this page. So I'll place the link below. You're going to have access to some of the top US stocks to put in your portfolio, all right? Check out this service. It is a monthly subscription and it is at $97, Singapore $97 a month, all right? So the link's right below, and that's where you get access to some of the top US stocks you want like Nvidia, all right, right over here, all the details are on this page. All right, so let's take a look at how Nvidia, NVDA, one of the most popular AI stocks in the US market, is looking on my 1GT system. So what is this system about? Well, it is a web-based software whereby you can simply log in. My students and my mentees can log in as well, and we can simply type the name of any stocks right over here. It could be Apple, it could be Microsoft, it doesn't matter, right? And within a few seconds, it can give us what we call bullish or bearish signals, so based on the algorithm that we have backtested on, and it can lead us to get in and get out as well, right? So this is Nvidia right over here, right? Oh, Apple, sorry. So let me just go on to Nvidia again, right over here, and you can see this is Nvidia, all right, and somewhere around here, right, $889, same thing. And you can see that for Nvidia, right, we had a couple of bullish signals since last year. In fact, since like November. In fact, we have a bearish signal over here as well. In October, we started to sell down a little bit, exit, and a bullish. So these green arrows pointing up, these are what we call bullish entry signals. All right, when you see it, of course, if the trend is up, that's where there's some strength coming back. We could push even higher. So bullish signal in October, November, in December as well. And look at this right over here. This would be on the 8th of January, right over here. Can you imagine? I mean, we talk about this $500, the psychological resistance level that we kind of broke above somewhere in the 8th of Jan. So right over here, when we broke above the $500, we got this 1GT bullish entry signal. It's a green arrow pointing up. Look at this right over here, and we just started to shoot up all the way up by 1, 2, 3, 4, I think like 20-30 days, right, all the way for like about a month plus, or maybe 2 months. We got to exit. The next day we got another bullish entry signal, and it went up even higher, and we got to exit somewhere on the 18th of March, right? So let's just take a look at the most recent signal right over here. All right, we got a 1GT bullish entry signal, same thing on the 25th of March. They just came out, and it seems like there are no exits as well, so it still looks quite okay. I mean, I would say that we have this bullish entry signal. It is still consolidating. So whenever we see a bullish entry signal, it just means there's some strength. You can try to time your entry near like a support level, maybe near, as I mentioned, the 840 to 850. That's where some bargain hunting can come out again. Or you can take a more aggressive approach. If you were to break like a key resistance level like the 1000, that could be another phase up again when there could be more upside momentum, and that's where you could take a position as well in the long direction to ride further uptrend. All right, so yeah, this is what it looks like on Nvidia right over here in the system. All right, and if you want to find out, guys, a little bit more on like the system as well, how you can have a web-based software, and with a click of a button to guide you, you can attend one of those free webinars that I'm running. All right, it's called the One Good Trend online webinar on Zoom. All right, I'll just place the link below. Just click on it, register for it, and that's where I'll share with you guys not just on the system, but we will dive into kind of like the framework or the strategy behind the system, so you understand what happens on the entire strategy before I share with you guys how this system works as well. And maybe we look at some of the stocks you guys are asking about in the webinar as well. We can simply type it in and you get a quick opinion in a few seconds. All right, so attend one of those free webinars. I'll place the link below in the chat. All right, so that's it for Nvidia, stock code NVDA. I hope you guys have a better idea of how this stock is doing, what to do, what are some of the new support levels, the range, the targets, and all that. All right, and you enjoyed this video as well. So if you like this video, guys, go ahead to give me a like, smash the subscribe button as well, hit the follow button so that you will not miss out on any videos like this. And I'll do my best to try to come up with like more videos talking about stocks in the US market and even in the Singapore market. All right, so Joey here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in one of those live webinars. Take care.